Hello friends, I am HP Chaudhary, working as Assistant Professor in Instrumentation Engineering Department of All India Shri Shivaji Memorial Society's Institute of Information Technology, Pune. Friends, in this video, we are going to learn the block diagram of cathode ray tube. This is the block diagram of cathode ray tube. Cathode ray tube is a device that uses a beam of electrons in order to produce an image on a screen. Cathode ray tube consists of five major parts such as glass envelope, electron gun, focusing system, deflection system, and fluorescent screen. Now we will learn each part. First part is envelope or container, or you may call it as a outer shell. So this is your outer shell or envelope. This is made up of glass. For special purposes, this tube may be made up of metal or ceramic. Such a glass envelope is highly evacuated. It means vacuum is created, and this vacuum is necessary to prevent electrons produced in the CRT from colliding with atoms and molecules within the tube. Now next part is electron gun. The electron gun is the originator of focused accelerated electron beam. Such electron gun consists of a heater, cathode, control grid, pre-accelerating anode, focusing anode, and accelerating anode. Such an electron gun emits electrons and forms them into a beam. Such a cathode is heated indirectly from which electrons are emitted. To obtain high emission of electrons at a moderate temperature, a layer of barium and strontium oxide is deposited at the end of cathode. When such a cathode is heated, it emits the electrons. Now these emitted electrons further pass through a small hole present in the control grid. This is your control grid. The control grid is basically a nickel cylinder of aperture 0.5. It is low permeability steel material. The intensity of electron beam depends entirely on the electron emitted from the cathode. The number of electrons emitted from the cathode is controlled by the grid by varying the potential across it. Now after this, the electrons passes through a focusing system. A positive high potential is applied at the pre-accelerating anode, by which the beam gets accelerated. This high positive potential is about 1500 volt. Then focusing anode helps in focusing the electron beam and is connected with a lower adjustable voltage of about 500 volt. Diverged electron beams are converged in this system. After focusing system, the electron beam passes through a accelerating anode where it is again highly accelerated. The highly focused beam moves towards vertical and deflection plates, after which it reaches to the fluorescent screen. So the deflection plates, there are two deflection plates. One is vertical deflection plates and other is horizontal deflection plates. So when the electron beam departs from the electron gun, it drifts through a electron pair of deflection plates. One pair of plates is mounted in the horizontal direction and produces an electric field in the vertical plane. Thus it generates vertical deflection and is termed as a vertical deflection plates or Y plates. Input voltage, which is under measurement, is applied to these plates. The other pair is mounted in the vertical direction and develops an electric field in the horizontal plane, thus producing horizontal deflection and is known as horizontal deflection plates or X plates. The output of time-based generator circuit in the form of sawtooth waveform is applied to these plates. The plates are flared so that the beam can pass through it without striking. Now, After this deflection plates, the electron beam strike on the screen. So the front portion of the CRT is the faceplate. The inner surface of the faceplate is coated with a phosphor. When an electron beam strikes the phosphor crystal, it raises their energy level. The electrical energy gets transformed into light energy by the action of phosphor. Hence, we are able to see waveform on the screen in the form of light. Now, one thing is more important, that when the electron that strike the screen, that releases secondary emission electrons. So, aqueous graphite solution known as aqueduct collects these secondary electrons. This aqueduct is joined to the secondary anode. So to maintain the CRT in electrical equilibrium, it is necessary to collect the secondary electrons. Now such CRTs are still widely used in a number of electrical devices such as computer screens, television sets, radar screens, and in oscilloscopes. So friend, in this video we have discussed about different parts of CRT in CRO. So I hope you might have understood the block diagram and its parts of CRT. Thank you. Thank you very much.